Boxingego here. If you like this video, make sure you hit the like button and also subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon on the top of your screen to get notified when the latest new content drops. 1. Bernard Hopkins responds to Gennady Golovkin's middleweight resume comparison. Stay tuned. What up, fight world? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Make sure you smash the like button. Also subscribe to the channel for the latest and greatest in boxing. If you want to become part of the gang notification gang, please hit the bell icon. Shout out to the super chat channel donations, the Venmo donations, and the Patreon family. We working now. I was gonna make this video a little while ago, and I'm just now getting to it, but I did want to address it. Hall of Famer Bernard Hopkins, who also promotes with Golden Boy. Check out Jorge Linares versus Lomachenko tomorrow. He posted this days ago, and somebody made a comparison to BHOP's middleweight run versus Triple G. The reason being is Gennady Golovkin, before his Vanes Martirosyan fight, which they had to find some way to sell, he kept making like statements saying, oh, a Canelo rematch is a 10% chance it happens. But another kind of unusual statement made from Triple G is that he has a bigger and stronger, basically better middleweight run or better middleweight resume than BHOP. So BHOP just posted this graphic, and it says notable victories during middleweight title defenses. And then it shows BHOP's body of work. Glenn Johnson, Keith Holmes, Felix Tito Trinidad, William Joppy, Oscar De La Hoya, etc. And then it says Gennady Golovkin's, David Lemieux, and Daniel Jacobs. And BHOP simply put the shrugging emoji. Like, hey, I'll try to tell y'all. So I want to know what you guys think. Golovkin's a good fighter. I look forward to seeing what he chooses next, or who he chooses to step in with. There's Charlo out there, mandatory. Daniel Jacobs rematch, mandatory. Derevyanchenko, mandatory. Demetrius Boo Boo Andrade, undefeated Olympian. You got Canelo rematch. You got a WBO champion in Billy Joe Saunders. So the walls are closing in for good, tough, competitive fights, which is what Team Triple G said they wanted. I do believe portions of Golovkin's career, he was in the division, a middleweight division, which is not his fault, but it was going through a transitional period, and divisions do that. Sergio Martinez, he ended up getting injured versus Julio Cesar Chavez, so he was kind of on his way out, which is why Cotto ended up beating him. I think Cotto would have lost to Sergio Martinez if it was the Sergio that beat Paul Williams. That's just my honest opinion. And then Cotto, you know, I mean, he was getting up there, had been through wars. He's not really a true middleweight. If you look at his frame versus like Demetrius Andrade or Jamal Charlo, Cotto would look tiny next to them guys, right? And then Triple G kind of came on, did his HBO debut and stuff like that. And he came at a point where he was trying to get Sergio Martinez. Doesn't look like they were trying to fight him at that point in their career. Same thing with Cotto, right? And the other guys just weren't up to par. You know what I mean? Those were like the biggest names. And then kind of Canelo was at a catch weight of 155. So he wasn't truly at middleweight at the point. Like he was at technically, by a technicality, at middleweight. But now, oh, what a difference a couple years makes. You got some competition now. Demetrius Andrade moved up from 54. Jamal Charlo moved up from 54. Billy Joe Saunders seems more confident than ever. At a point in time, it didn't look like he wanted to fight Golovkin. That has since changed. Canelo has officially moved up from Canelo. I was born right. You know what I mean? The I was born ready rate. So, to me, there is no real discussion in terms of middleweight comparison. It's actually a spit in the face, and it's blasphemous to boxing history to even attempt to compare Golovkin's middleweight run, or just really his legacy and his career, to the career that of Bernard Hopkins. Not even just middleweight. I'm talking about career. You know what I mean? Because if you're even comparing divisions, I want to take it a step further. Let's look at careers. BHOP stepped in with Roy Jones, not once, but twice. Joe Calzaghe, Jermaine Taylor twice. Oscar De La Hoya, Felix Tito Trinidad. Antonio Tarver moved up 2 weight classes. Even at an advanced age, he was fighting guys like Jean Pascal and Shumanov and even Kovalev when he was undefeated. Like, so until BHOP starts getting a body of work like that, there's really no, you know what I mean, William Joppy, you know, there's no comparison in general, right? And even at middleweight, BHOP just showed you that graphic that someone made, And the best names that were already established middleweights were David Lemieux, who won a vacant title by beating Hassan N'Dam after Peter Quillin. Peter Quillin actually knocked down N'Dam more times and beat him first before David Lemieux, right? And you beat Daniel Jacobs, who's a very good fighter. And arguably, Jacobs beat you, because I was at that fight. I thought Jacobs won the fight. You know what I mean? And those are your best wins. I guess you could say Canelo, but it was a draw, so it wasn't really a full victory. In addition to that, Canelo had minimal experience. He had one fight over 160, and that was against Julio Cesar Chavez Jr., which wasn't much of a fight, so he didn't really give himself much time to acclimate. Can you imagine what if Canelo did the Andre Ward approach, and then he said he took 3 fights? He kind of messed this up for himself, though, because he vacated his belt, and that put a lot of negative publicity and pressure on him. But had he not done that, and he moved up to 160 like Andre Ward did before Kovalev and said, hey, I got to fight a couple of guys and then I'll be ready for you. You know what I mean? Give me 1 or 2 fights. Then imagine that. But he kind of just fought Chavez Jr., then immediately fought Golovkin. But let me know what you guys think. Compare the resumes of BHOP and Triple G. I don't think it's any comparison. And like I said, Triple G's a good fighter, but I'll be anxious to see what he decides next. Is he going to go the money route? Is he going to do what he initially said, him and his team, regarding legacy and unifying the belts? Or is it just what's in the best interest, as Abel is now switching to? He says the goal is not to unify. They don't think they'll be able to unify and get that last belt. They think that Billy Joe Saunders don't want it, even though the very next day Billy Joe Saunders and his promoter Frank Warren got in their verified pages on social media and said, give us a call, we want the fight. So it'll be interesting to see what Triple G decides. Compare the resumes, BHOP and Triple G. Let me know what you guys think of BHOP's response. Drop your thoughts in the comment section. Make sure you smash the like button as always. Hate, comment, and subscribe. Till next video, is Ego signing off. So if you enjoyed this video and want more content like this on the channel, you can show your appreciation by going to the PayPal donate button or the YouTube support button, and you can donate any amount that you feel is equivalent to the value of this video. Much more to come. Thank you guys for your support. Boxingego, the future of boxing.